Well, as I make my rounds today, I see that it rained last night while we were sleeping. Still, as the wind blows, we got water droplets coming off the trees. So, plants should be happy, and hopefully we won't have to water them today. I doubt we're going to get a scorching sun, and completely dry. So, yeah, these guys should be happy. As we can see, we got a little bit more leaf growth here from the guanyang or guanyang or whatever. I know they mislabeled that, so persimmon. And this Makawa gyro is looking like a persimmon tree now. It's good and fully leafed out, and hopefully we'll get some growth fast, over the next couple years. I'd like to see this guy at like 8 foot tall or something. Big tree, the Olympian's still looking good. Hopefully it does okay in the summertime. And the other persimmon here that we were worried about is it's not fully leafed out yet. The gumbo or jumbo or whatever, it's got some leaves on it. Some of these tea plants may need to be staked up because they're kind of floppy. Might have to put some little bamboo or some kind of stakes on them. Even the ones in the container, they're kind of floppy. This Chinese windmill palm, I didn't plant here. It was just in a container. It grew its roots through the ground, and now it's probably like 7.5 foot tall. That's all right. It's gonna look pretty here, I think. Moonglow pear is starting to look good. The major pruning on it we did, and moving it over here, it might be more happy. It's looking like some of our pollination on the sunflower actually took. That does not mean it won't abort the fruit later, but yeah. We'll see if it can hold fruit, and it's still got some newer flowers on it, like that one. The NC1 though has like 2 or 3 flower blooms that are not seeming to, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Not seem to be growing or swelling too much. Maybe it's going to abort the flowers this year. I don't know. Jackfruit that survived several cold, several freezes. It still has green at the bottom, but I don't know if it's capable of producing a new bud from the root. Still no sign of life except the scratch test. That's it right there. Queen's Tears bromeliads, we got rid of about half of them. We got these extras so that we could give to people that might be wanting them, locally to plant around their oak trees and stuff. So this is a big part of gardening and permaculture, is sharing what you have, or if you find a resource where somebody has something that's too much of something, find somebody else, help them find somebody else that wants more. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these, if I'm going to plant some in pots or plant some around the perimeter of some trees in some higher areas or what, but hopefully they'll survive. Talk about something interesting to me. We bought this hibiscus from a nursery. It was, I don't know how much it was, $4 or $6 or something. No matter how much top watering we do on it, it's not happy. So there's something apparently wrong with the soil mix. I have to soak it from the bottom when it starts wilting and looking like it's dead or dying to be able to get it to be happy. Now, if we have a drizzle all night or something, it's probably going to stay nice and healthy, but a quick rain, watering from the top, there's just something wrong with the soil mix, though, whatever ratio that is repelling water to get, to the root system, and it doesn't look like sandy soil. So yeah, I also gave a swamp sunflower and a couple other things, some pumpkins to someone and it was a surprise. So we always give stuff away, and This lady's also wanting a bunch of mulberry seedlings. So we're gonna, next time we go there, probably bring 5, 10, 20 seedlings to her property. So in this greenhouse, it doesn't look like a big ratio of stuff that sprouted. I think we had 3 pumpkins sprouted. So I think I'm gonna bring these back out into the rain and a little bit more sunshine. See if these other 4 will actually sprout. So yeah, there is a little green something, but it could be weeds. Most of these are weeds. We didn't put holes in the bottom of these, so that's why I put them in the greenhouse, so they wouldn't get rain and it wouldn't just, everything wouldn't just rot. But it looks like maybe we need some more water, more rain to moisten it up a little bit more, expedite the sprouting process, and then maybe take them away from the water once, you know. But after this, we could probably plant these out soon. They make a big root system. I've noticed from the 1 or 2 that I planted from one of these cups, root system, by the time it's like this, it's pretty much filling this whole cup. So we're back at the panhandle seedling, pawpaw seedling, and there is a possible pollinated flower. Maybe up there. Let's see. It's hard to tell. Because that kind of looks like it might have been pollinated in there too. I knew I couldn't really get to those top ones. So if they got pollinated, like that one kind of looks pollinated. Maybe I got to that one, but definitely not the ones up there. Or it's possible that it's just going to drop. Maybe it'll create like a small fruit-like thing and then just drop. It's hard to tell. This guy though is probably big enough to hold some fruits. So I think there is at least some evidence that hand pollinating them has potentially allowed a couple of these that have never fruited to get fruit. Whether or not they hold on and go to maturity, I don't know. One thing I don't really see on my Meyer lemon is any lemons. I mean, there may be some hidden here. Could be because of my aggressive fertilizer regimen that we may not get any lemons this year. They were flowering, and I don't even see any immature ones, you know, at all. That's all right. We really don't use these guys much, but maybe this will get them into a growth mode and get their nutrients and all a little bit better. This didn't happen with any other citrus that we fertilized, but maybe this Meyer lemon might be more sensitive. As you can see with this seedling, there's some fruit drop. We must have birds in that nest there. I just seen the limb shake. All different sizes of fruit. Potentially 100, 200 fruit on this thing right now. So going from like 3 last year to like possibly 100 this year. Hard to tell how much is going to drop, but there's even one like over there. Let me see if we can get him. Wow, that is like a quarter size or more. So all different sizes. If we even get like 10 or so and they're good this year, I'll be happy. And I'll keep fertilizing, feeding it, put compost out, and it's already, you know, you don't have to chop and drop here because all the pine trees, oak leaves, and everything are just feeding the ground. So just the extra nitrogen boost and all that good stuff. So far, no new flowers on this pineapple guava. Just the same 4, so 2 on each genetically different plant. So we do have like little growth flushes here from all the feeding. See that bright green top 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. And you got a lot down here that's got a lot of like 3 to 5 inch growth on each stem. We'll just keep fertilizing it. And I hope to see a sign of these 2, if not all 4, you know, producing some sort of fruit growth. But I don't know how long that'll take before we would know if it's going to do that or not. Maybe the flower will fall off completely and we'll see a little tiny round green thing or something there. Now we're at the Tennessee seedling pawpaw. Hard to tell, but right there is a clump of like 5 pawpaw immature fruits. So it just took me a minute. Thing is, I can't really get up there really high to pollinate. I'm seeing several flowers down here that obviously did not pollinate. So we couldn't really access most of the flowers too easily here. And we used our extra pollen when we were all done pollinating the panhandle and the sunflower seedlings. All the sunflowers are grafted one, but the panhandle seedling. So we just did the best we could on the low branches, and it looks like, well, I should say that some of them may have already been male. They may have already turned from female to male by the time we got to the low ones. If any of the high ones get pollinated, it's because of, you know, the bugs and insects and stuff. And there's still some viable flowers up there. Might be hard to see, but yeah. And I actually do see, it's probably not going to show up on the video. Let me see, right there where my fingertip is, a clump of, actually a little bit lower, probably 5 pollinated pawpaws, and I didn't pollinate them, so. And there might be like 2 over here, possibly something over here. So we might have, you know, 10, 20 immature fruits now, but it seems like a lot of them fall off or whatever before they ripen, or squirrels get them or something. So it's hard to tell if we're going to get 0 fruit or 5 fruit or 1 fruit or 10 fruit. But, you know, some people said put fertilizer, and that's going to make the pawpaw fruits get bigger. But we'll see. I think that's it for this video. I'm getting ate up by mosquitoes, and battery's about dead. So at least I don't have to make my rounds doing watering today because of everything is nice and wet. All right, take care.